Hey guys, welcome back to Paper Made Me Do It. I am getting my tentative plan for the week down this week in the first full week of March 2020. This is in my Hobonichi Weeks. It's just the regular size weeks, not a mega. And I'm blocking off the third column here with a zebra mild liner highlighter. Now, a couple weeks ago when I did that, my hand got off a bit and I had a little bit of a wavy part of that line down. Today, that was not the case. My line was straight, but when I pulled the pencil board away from the page, I did smear the highlighter a bit. So, if you'd like to learn from my mistakes, and if you like the idea of using a highlighter for that line, what I would suggest would be to use the pencil board behind the page, as it's pretty much intended to be used to give a nice, firm, sturdy surface, and go in with either another pencil board, or if you don't own two, you could use another type of straight edge on top of the paper to make your line. That could be either a ruler or a thick piece of cardstock or something similar. But now that we're entering the third month of the year, there's so many more pages on that left side of the spread that it's starting to get, I don't know, a little fluffy, so to speak. And so it's getting to be a good time to use the pencil board for at least what I understand to be its intended use, to give like a firmer surface behind the page that you're working on. So anyway, I'm going in with pretty much the same format on the left side of the page that I've been using for several weeks now. At this point, it's kind of become automatic, almost like habit, simply because I find that this format has just really been working well for me in terms of function. Part of me kind of wants to think outside the box and try to come up with a different format for the left side of the spread sometime soon, just for the sake of creativity and kind of switching it up and trying something different. But I guess I've been kind of buying into that concept of, if it's not broken, don't fix it, because like I say, this setup has been working well for me for several weeks now from a functional standpoint. So I've kind of been going into it automatically without even thinking about, how am I going to set up my page this week? This has just been working well for me so far this year. So what I've been doing on that right side of the column is jotting down the projected weather for the entire week from the weather app on my phone, and then jotting down a tentative meal plan in the bottom of the box. I've kind of gotten to where I'm only doing that now Monday through Friday, where initially I was doing all 7 days of the week. But our weekends, they tend to be a little more variable than the week itself. So recently I've only been doing a meal plan for Monday through Friday. And then on every other Friday, my husband and I both get paid on the same Fridays. That's just how our payroll happens to fall. So every other Friday I've been putting a $ symbol in the middle of that box with a circle around it, just to remind me that, hey, we get paid this Friday and it's time to go in and do a little bill pay. And then on the left side, I go in with day-specific tasks or appointments, and I always take a quick look at my monthly view before I lay out each week. That's because this is my primary planner, and for the first time in 5 years since I've been using Hobonichi products, this is the first time that I've ever put my weeks inside a leather cover like you see now, and basically carried it along with me everywhere, almost like a wallet. So I have it with me at all times now when I'm out and about. So if I have an appointment to be made in the future, I've gotten to where I just flip open to the monthly calendar and make notes directly in the monthly spread of my weeks. So I'm really enjoying that. It takes away the stress, if you will, and the likelihood of losing an appointment card for future planning. So I just go in and jot down any future appointments on the monthly calendar, and then every Monday morning when I lay out my plan for the week, I refer back to that monthly calendar just to see what lies ahead. So had a ton of appointments last week, doctor appointments for myself and my children, as well as they had dentist appointments and orthodontic appointments. So last week was kind of a busy spread. Unfortunately, I didn't take the time to film that last Monday. This week is a little lighter, as you can see on the left side of the spread. I'm just going in now on the bottom of each page and laying down some washi tape. This design came from the Hobonichi store. I don't remember, maybe a couple years ago, 2-3 years ago, but I really love that design. And then this thinner washi tape is also a favorite of mine. It was given as a gift last summer when I went to the Baumkuchen and Superior Labor collaboration event. It was held at the BK studio in, I believe, June of last summer, and they gave us a little, kind of like a little goodie bag or gift bag as part of the event. And so this roll of washi came in that bag. It has several different designs of Superior Labor pouches and products, and you can see some of their stamps and logos throughout the tape that they use on their bags and other canvas products. And then I'm going in on the right side of the page now, and I just use that simple washi tape to kind of divide that right side of the spread into two main blocks. I'm using a Jetstream 0.7 ballpoint pen and just going in with some kind of block lettering here. And I try to make the blocks a little thicker than I have at times in the past. This lettering is so easy to modify and kind of get a different look from where you place the blocks or how thick or thin you make the blocks. But I decided to make them just slightly thicker this week and leave them empty so I can go in with that same gray mild liner highlighter and fill them in. I did end up going back to the beginning because that gray is very faint, and so I went back and made a second pass over that highlighter just so it shows up a bit better. And so on the this week top half of the page, I'm going in just starting my to-do or task list for the week. I use the little dots for task and then X them out as they're accomplished, which, yay, I've already marked off one for the list. Do y'all ever do that? Like, add something in your planner that you've already done that morning just to have the satisfaction of marking it off? Guilty. So anyway, I'm going in with just whatever's on the top of my mind for tasks that need to be done this week if possible, not necessarily on a certain day, but this week ideally. And then I also go in throughout the week in the space that's left below and make notes as needed. I use the little dash mark for notes. So these are just some errands that I need to run as I can find time. It's becoming a little more challenging for me to find time during the week. I have a renewed respect for full-time workers out there. I had for several months been in a position where I was only having to leave my home maybe 2 to 3 days a week for work, and I was spending the remainder of the week working from home. And toward the end of January, beginning of February, my schedule pretty drastically changed. So now I'm working outside of the home for full days, 5 days a week. And it's been quite an adjustment. I'm, getting there, but still not accustomed to being gone all day, every day, Monday through Friday. And it does make it a little trickier to figure out how to work in errands and tasks and to-dos. So for the bottom half of the right side of the spread, I just did that same lettering and went in with that gray highlighter again and made a heading that says to buy. I'm just starting with a couple items. The first one being a personal item. I'm out or almost out of shampoo, conditioner, just hair products. And since that's not something that, automatically comes to mind when I'm grocery shopping, I wanted to go ahead and make a note of that because I will be completely out by the end of the week. And then there were a couple things that I needed to pick up for my office at work, and I went ahead and just put that in the same category, to buy. Coffee creamer, plastic utensils. So that is it for a simple spread for this week. It will be added to as the week goes on. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all having a great week. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel, and I will see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.